NBA Finals Game 1 is in the books. And let me just say this. The Nuggets were not fazed by their long layoff between last series and this series because they came out as if they played just 2 days prior.
Grand opening, almost grand closing. I just, you know what? The Nuggets compared to the Miami Heat look like giants. They just look like
Yes.
giants. Miami Heat looked really, really small. Now, I'm not saying that that's going to determine the outcome of the series, but in game one, I said, who are those little kids out there playing with them giants?
Woo.
Too lengthy. Too lengthy. It was. Now I'm quite sure the air exposure and the Miami Heat will adjust. I get it, and I'm quite sure they'll figure out the altitude. I get that too because that came up a lot last night as well. Ooh, the altitude. They shouldn't be playing that long. Got to stay hydrated. These are professional basketball players. I'm quite sure Eric Spoelstra has played his team many games in Denver. They know. They know. They were. I would say that the Heat was a little exhausted. They looked a little sluggish and they looked slow and tiny, just tiny. I said,
Yes.
"Ooh, the way that Aaron Gordon had his way in the first quarter,
I
y'all."
said, well, what they gonna do? Because yeah, Eric Spoelstra will make the adjustment, but
Yes.
it's not like the Miami Heat are gonna get taller in this series.
No, I know. I know.
I mean, maybe he should consider adding Kevin Love to the lineup because Kevin Love sat the last 2 games of the last series and now this one too. Kevin Love is every bit of 6'10, 6'11. So maybe he can do something with Aaron Gordon, but I don't know. The way the Nuggets are playing right now, I'm not sure anybody could contend against them.
I think one of the things that I did notice in I'm going to say the fourth quarter, perhaps, is that the Miami Heat picked up speed. Speed may be their advantage because for some
Okay.
reason there were several plays back to back where the basket was left unattended on the Nuggets' behalf, and
Uh-huh.
the Heat were able to go in and get some quick layups. So that may be something that they can probably utilize. However, if Miami Heat are making adjustments, you don't think that the Denver Nuggets will make adjustmans too? You
Oh,
don't think they're
Mike
gonna watch the
Malone.
same? They're
Yeah.
not gonna watch. Do you think they're not gonna watch the tape as well and see that they got a
Uh,
hole in the game right there? Because that was a hole for me. I was like, oh, figured it out a little late. It was too late actually because I think the Miami Heat they were 30 points in the fourth quarter, and the Denver Nuggets were 20 points. It doesn't matter. They was already in the hole.
oh, yeah.
The Nuggets
Yeah.
already had the game in the bag, but he was able to, come and bring the game within 9 points at one point. So, I mean,
Uh-huh.
yeah, but again, if Miami Heat are making adjustments or making provisions for the holes they found with the Denver Nuggets, you don't think the Denver Nuggets will also make some adjustments and holes that they found in their own game, and that what the Miami Heat may present as well? Stop. They kill me with they're gonna make adjustments. Yeah, both teams will. They should.
Yes, yes. Well, one thing the Nuggets need to do is they need to figure out, okay, this Haywood Highsmith, he's a baller. We need to figure out if Eric Spoelstra puts him in the game, who's going to defend him because he showed out on the biggest stage. And who we did not see show up is Caleb Martin and
Mm-mm.
Max Strus.
Ooh,
They
shrunk.
couldn't, yeah, they could not show up in
Mm-mm.
this game. And I
Mm-mm.
think maybe, I don't know that the stage was too big because I'm pretty sure the Miami Heat had them mentally prepared. But those shots they were hitting in the last series did not fall last night.
No, they didn't fall, and they were pretty much wide open. Highsmith was the game changer, at
Uh-huh.
least the game starter. Maybe I should say the game starter for Miami Heat in game one. He came in and gave them 18 points. He looked fresh,
Yes.
young. He looked fresh. He looked young. He looked ready. It was the right time for him. And now, since the Nuggets have, since the Miami Heat have exposed him, the Nuggets can now, game plan for him. So I think
Uh-huh.
he did a phenomenal job considering the minutes he played. He played 23 minutes. That's not
Yeah.
bad. Not bad at all.
Yeah.
It was refreshing, I think, for the Miami Heat to put him in. They probably should have played him a little bit more because he was a lot more fresh than the other players. I just think they needed maybe more rest time, maybe. But I think the game two will be a little bit different than game one. I can tell you, game one had me question whether or not the series is even gonna go past four. It had me question. I was like, ooh. But I believe that the Miami Heat is resilient. I don't see it being as easy cakewalk for the Denver Nuggets. But one thing about the Denver Nuggets, and I think this is one of their benefits. Nikola Jokic is their best player on the floor, but he said after the game, I don't have to shoot the ball to affect the game or to impact the game. I don't have to do that. What?
Hmm.
Oh,
Hmm.
oh wow. Know your strength, know who you are. So, although he did get his triple double and I tell you, he gets his points and you just be like, how'd you do it? Oh my gosh. But knowing that he doesn't have to shoot the ball, wow. But I can pass
Uh-huh.
this ball and we can still win. That's amazing to me.
It
Oh my
is Michael
God.
Porter Jr., Aaron Gordon. They showed up nicely. Jamal Murray. I said, oh, it just feels like he has so much that he's trying to prove. Like I'm back. I'm everything I said I was. Look at me now. I mean, I just
Mhm,
love seeing the confidence he's playing with.
mhm.
You just can't help but root for a guy coming back from those injuries. You just can't. You just can't help it.
You know what? You can't help it because we were all in when Klay Thompson did it.
Uh huh.
I mean, the NBA nation was rose up high when he did it. And
Mm,
I understand why because we have been watching Klay Thompson and the Golden State Warriors win multiple championships, and they're one of the beloved franchises. But Jamal Murray is like, hello, he ain't the only one. He ain't the only one that can do it.
yeah.
I can too, and he's doing it though. That's the thing. It's just not enough to be said. But if you watch him play, he's been amazing.
Yeah,
He's
he
been amazing.
has.
Hmm.
One of the things I noticed is the Miami Heat could not get to the free throw line last night. I
Oh,
think it was they got to the line two times,
two times.
while the Denver Nuggets, I mean, wow, they almost lived at the free throw line. That was a huge disparity. Now, I know the Miami Heat are I know that they're a physical team, and the referees might have turned their head on some calls because ain't no way they only earned two free throws last night.
I disagree with that. I think that's what they earned. I didn't see Miami Heat drive as much as they usually drive. Their free throws come from their drives. I'm sorry, their free throws come from Jimmy Butler, and he didn't do it. So
Okay.
it's weird to see them not at the free throw line, and if they were, they only got there two times. Two times, I
That's
want to say.
ridiculous.
Two times. Yeah, they only got there two times. But I don't think it's because the refs turned their head. I think it's because the Miami Heat didn't have that force, that drive, that you know um, the way that they will themselves to get fouled. They didn't do it. So I don't blame the refs for this one. I didn't even see it.
Mm,
I can't even say when I watched the game, okay, refs, are you in favor of the Denver Nuggets this time? I didn't even feel that way. As a matter of fact, it wasn't until the announcer said, oh, the Miami Heat only been to the free throw line twice, and the last team that did it, they went three times. I was like, oh, they sure haven't shot the ball at the line. I didn't even recognize it. So for me, I was like, well, where Miami Heat,
yeah.
where you at? And matter of fact, Jimmy Butler wasn't there. Are you serious? He stayed at the line. He stays at the line.
I know.
So I
I
know, I
know.
know,
I
but
thought
he
Bam.
didn't drive either. He didn't drive either. So is that on Denver Nuggets and the refs, or is that
Mhm.
on Miami Heat for not playing their game? I think it's on Miami Heat for not playing their game. That's what I think.
Well, I think Bam Adebayo was fouled several times, and they just didn't call it. They
No.
just didn't. And instead, Bam Adebayo was in foul trouble. So, that's another adjustment. Like you mentioned, they need to drive more because Jimmy Butler, like you said, he lives at the line. And he played an
Yeah.
okay game. He played the entire first quarter, which was very shocking because of the elevation, the altitude. You got Charles Barkley and you got Charles Barkley and Grant Hill before the game with oxygen mask on. Jimmy Butler out there playing the
Stupid.
whole first quarter.
So
So I thought that
silly.
was impressive. That was so
So
funny though.
silly. So
Yeah.
silly. Yeah, he didn't go to the free throw line that one time. What?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I can't believe it. I can't believe it. So quite naturally, he was outside of his element. For me, I think that Jimmy Butler didn't play his full game. He may did
Uh-huh.
okay, but that wasn't the game that I'm used to seeing from Jimmy Butler. That's what I would say.
Okay.
But I
Okay.
think that'll be different. I think that'll be different for game two for sure. For sure. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Okay. All right. So you still not ready to make a prediction in this series?
You know what? I honestly, no. I'm not.
Okay.
I'm still
I'm
not.
ready.
Who you got? Okay, go.
I got Nuggets in 5.
What?
Yeah. Nuggets in 5. The Heat are not going to get taller overnight. The Nuggets are too big, too strong, too deep, too talented. Miami Heat going home in 5 games.
You mean to tell me that the Miami Heat, their speed, I think they may insert Kyle Lowry in the starting lineup because the game did appear to look a little different when Kyle Lowry was on the floor. You think that that's not going to change your outcome?
No,
Hmm.
because the Nuggets can go blow for blow
They can't
with the
go blow.
Miami Heat.
They
You
can.
know,
They can. Huh. I just don't know. For some reason, I'm leaning toward Miami only because they have shocked me the previous series. That's the only reason why. But they have not been up against this team, a team like the Denver Nuggets uh, in their playoff journey for 2023. So, but I know that exposure is a force to be reckoned with. But Mike Malone, he looked real confident on that sideline.
oh yeah.
Oh, he didn't look like he was shook at all. So that's what I'm saying. Let me see what game two look like. If game two remotely looks like game one, then I'll probably have my decision there. I'll have my decision. I have to have my decision by game two because at that point, then what is it, right? So
Yeah.
I just am not certain about this one because I cannot seem to step off the resiliency train of Miami Heat. But that dominance in the Denver Nuggets got me a little shook.
It cannot be denied.
Cannot be denied. Cannot. Joker said, y'all got it the first 3 quarters. I will step in and do just a little bit more. And
Yeah.
we're gonna take this on home. That's amazing. What do you think the outcome of game two will be? You think the Miami will be able to split at this point?
Well, I think the Nuggets have been undefeated at home
Mm-hmm.
the entire post game. I mean, excuse me, postseason. So I'm going to go with Denver winning game 2, going up 2 games to 0 on the Miami Heat, and all the pressure will really shift to the Miami Heat to try to protect their home court. But the Nuggets are just too good. They did it to the Los Angeles Lakers, and I think they'll do it to the Miami Heat.
What? Wow. That is wow. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. If the Miami Heat can get a win on the Nuggets home court, I think it will shift the the trajectory of the game. But we don't know. Okay. All right.